Now there's always like one side that turned out great and then one side that has like a few spotty areas. And I think I figured out why it's doing that. But again, they are front and back. I think they turned out pretty awesome. I actually have one more that I'm getting ready to do, and I'm going to do that on camera with you guys. So stay tuned to see exactly how I got these pouches created. So the very first thing that I did have to do is I have to get my image printed out. So what I've done is I have a file of images here, and I just drag my image over to Silhouette. Now I do use Cricut as well sometimes, but I chose Silhouette because I can make the image as big as I need to. So this particular project, I had to make it 8 by 6, and I ended up making it 8.1 and 6.1, just to make sure that I had enough wiggle space. Now, once I print that off, we're going to take it over to our workstation. So back here at the workstation, I do have my images printed off. And because we're doing front and back, we have 2 images. I have my pouch, some scissors, some heat tape. You'll also want your lint roller, and I have my heat press warming up behind me. So the very first thing I'm going to do is take my pouch, and I'm going to lint roll it. Trying to remove any extra thread or fibers that still may be on it. Go ahead and do front and back. Now, earlier I mentioned that I've been experiencing some of my projects have these little white splotches where it's not coming out exactly how I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of heat this up, or kind of pre-press it before we actually put our sublimation on it. So I'm just putting this on my heat press for just a couple seconds. Now the reason why I'm doing this is I feel like, again, this is going to help me avoid some of these spots that don't have the ink on it. I want it to be very vibrant. So this is the second side. And look how vibrant it was. It didn't have any spots or any like kind of places where it didn't get ink. And it seems like it always came out perfectly the second time after it was already heated up a bit. So this time I heated up my pouch first after lint rolling. And now we're going to take our sublimation image and we're going to put this on our pouch. So I kind of want to make sure that it is not too hot when we put it on there. Fan it out just a little bit. And for this image, I'm actually going to put the darker area up by the zipper and then this down by the bottom. I just think it'll look better. So I'm going to make sure that I take my zipper and place it as close to the top of the image as I can. And then once I have it placed, I'm going to get about 4 pieces of heat tape and seal it down. So I like to do the corners of the bag. Now because this has a zipper on it, we're going to do the upper area and not necessarily the corner of it. Taking this down as best as I can with these darn nails. Okay. So this is what it looks like now. And now that we have our image with our pouch, we're going to put it on our heat press with the image being pressed down into the pouch. And before I do that, I'm actually going to grab some parchment paper. Then place my pouch on there. More parchment paper. And my Teflon sheet. Oh my gosh, I just accidentally turned that off. But now we're going to get that going for about 30 seconds. I'm having like a moment there. And I really do feel like that pre-press should really help kind of keep the color really true. Here's another example where the color didn't quite do exactly how I want. And this was the first side that I did. Second side looks awesome. Nice colors. It took all the way. So that's about 30 seconds. I'm going to raise this up very slowly. Now this is going to be extremely hot, so I'm going to wait just a couple of seconds, but I always like to remove the top two, the parchment paper and the Teflon. It looks like it may have given some great, oh yeah, that pre-press definitely does the trick, guys. So that was just my first one, my first side. I'm going to move this over. But look at this pouch. That pre-press definitely helped out a lot. So now that that's kind of cooling, you can kind of see the smoke off of it. I'm going to flip over my parchment paper because it definitely has some sublimation ink on it. We're going to flip it over. Use my second side. Let me fix my Teflon here. Okay, this should be about cool enough. So now I'm going to take the other side and get it prepped for sublimation. So again, we're going to put the zipper as close as we can to the top of the image. Flat down. Once we have it where we want it, I'm going to get 4 pieces of tape. And tape it down on the 4 corners. It's a little more hard with these nails to tape things down. Try not to pull too hard on the image and the bag, but you do want them to be pretty nicely together or formed together. Give me problems here. Okay, we got that last part taped down. This is what it's looking like. Back over to our heat press. And parchment. I'm going to flip the parchment paper over. Parchment paper, Teflon. And we are going to press it on down. So again, after 30 seconds, we should be able to see that final result. Here's some more of those pouches that I created today. I just think they're awesome. And sorry if I'm looking over there, I'm looking at a mirror to make sure I'm in line and you guys can see everything. And I'm not selling these, I'm giving these to my employees. because they have been doing awesome. They don't complain when I ask them to do things. They have just been rocking it. So I wanted to make something nice for them, and we're going to fill these with little candies, little knickknacks like pins and things that they can use at their desk, and keep the little bag for something else, or you know, use it for whatever they want. But I thought this was a great idea. So let me quit gabbing. Let's get to the final result. This one, we have a little bit of an issue right here. The ink did not press as well. So this one we have a little bit of demarcation. Not sure why it happened, but all in all, a good pouch still. So I think pre-pressing did work, but I still need to figure out why I'm getting these demarcation lines. I have another pouch that has that demarcation line as well, that you can kind of see. This one right here is another pouch that has that demarcation line. But if you guys can tell me why I keep getting this line, please let me know. But all in all, I am sending them these bags. They're going to know that they're made from the heart. Even though they have imperfections, they're still good. So if you guys like to see more videos, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.